Okay, so I'm just going to talk about the idea that uh, there's stolen land. And this is very 3D thinking. What do I mean by 3D thinking? It's old school, and as I said in my earlier video today, it's very Newtonian physics, which was 300 years ago. So if you're talking about stolen land, you're 3D. If you're going to become a higher dimensional person, you're going to have to realize that land itself is you and it's me. I mean, it's so 3D when you say the land was stolen, because that means that you consider yourself something that can own land or have land stolen from you. Which means you really need to expand your consciousness and come to consider that you are the land and the sky and all the other so-called human bodies, and you're the bird bodies and the ant bodies, and you're the air, and when you look up at the stars, you're the stars and you're the space. That's all you. So don't tell me that you're living on stolen land, because then you're just looking for a fight. That's all you're looking for, is a fight. You're looking to, it's basically, you're playing the victim. You're playing the victim of human history, where humans believed they were physical bodies in 3D. It's dumb. It means that you got to go back and study who you really are. And how are we going to learn that? Well, I mean, you can listen to me, but that's not going to convince you. You can go back and, find a high school physics textbook and look up quantum physics, but that's not going to help you. You could take psychedelics. It might help you. But then when you come down from your psychedelic trip, then you're going to go back to your 3D world where you're this physical body. But if you're in an expanded state of consciousness, you are those people you're accusing of stealing your land, or someone stealing someone else's land. Now I know in everyday life, land is owned by individual physical human beings or corporations or some other idea of a grouping of things. Because man's laws are based in 3D. They're inherited laws, and let's face it, the people who interpret these laws and the people who go to law courts are 3D people. They're not advanced in consciousness. I keep saying they're stupid, but they just haven't awakened. And to get them to awaken, but if you are somebody who considers themselves to be an advanced human, are you still seeing a separation between you and other people, you and your chair, you in the air. If you are, you're not an advanced human. So you're going to have to work it out. Because if you're going to continually tell people that you're the physical body, you're going to keep fighting with people. Because all those people are going to mirror back to you what you're putting out. So in the meantime, even if you are a so-called awakened human, lots of other humans are not awake to these truths. And they're going to insist that they own the land. So the solution is not to fight with these 3D humans too much. I mean, sometimes you're going to have to speak your truth and look at them and say, snarl at them to show them that you're not weak. But you got to get right in your head. Yes, that 3D human's got a 3D personality that appears to be working through its body. How are you going to wake up that 3D personality to expand their consciousness? Is it your job? Could be. Could be your job, and it's not an easy job. I mean, cannabis is legal in Canada now. And there's lots of people in Canada, even though it's legal, who don't want to smoke weed. So how are you going to get these kind of people to take stronger psychedelics? They ain't going to do it. They ain't going to do it. Some of them might be looking for things like clues from their environment, like synchronicities and serendipities. Because they want to believe, they've heard these kind of things. They might have heard Law of One, and they want to see some proof in their life. In other words, they're working on convincing themselves that this could be true, and they're open to things happening for them. But the other people, the 3D people that are not interested in anything new until the day they drop dead They're going to be a separate human in a separate body. And if they own the land, then it's their land. How are you going to wake these people up? I don't know how to tell you this, but someone said to me, one of my spirit guides, Thomas Kuhn, Kuhn, he coined the term paradigm shift. And it had to do with primarily science, and to get a shift in the way that science looks at things. Thomas Kuhn, you have to wait for all the old school scientists to drop dead before you can really have a new crop of scientists go with the new thinking. Because people are attached to their beliefs and their thinkings. They're more attached to their beliefs and thinkings than they are attached to their money. And we know how much attachment they have to money. And, we know from what the Buddha said, well, paraphrasing, 3D humans are attached to everything. Their biggest problem is their attachments, which cause great suffering, because when they lose things, they have a horrible emotional reaction and a breakdown. And why does it happen? Because they believe they are a 3D physical body, and that's it. So I am my marriage, my house, my car, my bank account, my job, my politics, my bottle of Jack Daniels. I mean, they don't mean that's what they are, like they're not the bottle of Jack Daniels, but their lifestyle is these things, and they're heavily attached to them. We call this ego. Ego is the belief that you're only this physical organism. So, for these 3D humans, yes, they stole other people's land. They did. Because they're in a 3D paradigm. And in a 3D paradigm, the Pope stole North and South America. The Pope gave permission to the European monarchs, the kings and queens, and the dukes, and the aristocrats, gave them permission and actually told them, go there and claim this land, because these will be your colonies, and the people there are going to be my souls. S-O-U-L-S. The Pope wants souls to put on his roster of good Roman Catholics. And this is the 3D world. And those people did steal North and South America and other parts of the planet. So are you a 3D person, or are you a multidimensional person? Keep expanding your consciousness. Let go of old stories. Let go of your attachments. Stay present in the now. Keep breathing. And let's see what happens.